So this webinar is recorded, but for privacy reasons, the chat and videos are disabled, so you don't have to worry about anything. You can feel free to change your name, but other than that, everything is confidential here. So I think we can start. And as people come in, we will let them come in. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I know it's a gorgeous April evening, so I really appreciate you taking your time to join in this webinar. I want to thank my fabulous crew at the clinic, Danielle and Sonona and Karen. Thank you so much for sending out the links and getting all the names, all the communication bits and pieces. I really appreciate it. You gals do a really fabulous job, so thank you so, so, so much. And also thank you to my boss, Janice. She has been very supportive and is always very supportive. So I thank you. And I'm very grateful for the fabulous team I have here at the clinic. So let's start. Well, first I'll introduce myself. I'm Tracy. I'm one of the therapists at the Anxiety and Trauma Clinic of Nova Scotia. And tonight we are doing a webinar on using music in therapy. So I am going to share my screen here. Let's see. Get this up and running. Okay, folks, here we are. Again, welcome and thank you for joining me tonight. This quote from Hans Christian Andersen sums up the power of music and the beauty of music. It sums it up perfectly. Where words fail, music speaks. There is a freedom that music gives us to express ourselves in a way that words cannot. And then we are able to express ourselves when we're not able to find the words. Oh, we have another participant coming in. Welcome, welcome. We've just started. Hello, welcome. Yes, music is a very powerful healing tool, and that's what we're going to explore tonight. Folks, we are surrounded by music in our everyday life. So whether we're in shops, we're at the mall, out and about, we hear music playing all the time. Whether you're in transit, maybe you're in your car listening to your radio, you're on the bus with your ear pods in, maybe you're walking with your ear pods or earphones in. Music is we are really surrounded by music. When we're waiting on the phone, usually there's some sort of soundtrack. Actually, the other day I was waiting I can't remember what I was waiting for, on the phone, and they had 4 different options of music that you could listen to. So I thought that was pretty cool and a really lovely advancement. So the elevator music while waiting on the phone has really gone by the wayside. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yes, waiting on the phone, there's usually some type of music. A lot of TV commercials use music to enhance their product, to really get us thinking about, oh, what's that product? What are they promoting? really helping us to find interest in what they're showing on TV. So next time you see a commercial, notice what kind of music is playing in the background. Notice the sounds, notice like the volume of the music, what kind of instruments, or is it what type of music? It'll be really interesting. A lot of classical music is used in commercials as well. While we are attending cultural and religious ceremonies, those ceremonies are deeply rooted in tradition and culture and ritual. The music there is so, so important. And of course, we have our TV shows and movie soundtracks that really, really play with our emotions. So I think, well, most of us might know the song, the soundtrack for Jaws, that it's a minor second, that maybe, maybe, dee 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 dee. It's like, oh, it's a little scary. There's some tension in there that sounds a little menacing. So what happens to our bodies when we hear that minor sound, that minor interval? And I mean, we know Jaws is coming to get us. So let's think about if Jaws was happier. So if this interval sounded like this, if it was a major interval, it would go B B B B B B B B B B. So the same rhythms, but different sounds. So Jaws sounds kind of happy, like, well, yeah, I'm happy. I just had a bite to eat. So what do you notice in your body when you hear the BB, BB versus BB, BB? What kind of emotion comes up when you hear the two different riffs, one minor, one major? So next time you're watching a movie, TV shows, notice what's happening in your body when there's a scary scene or something tense comes up, and notice the music that they play. And notice when it's a happy scene, the difference in the soundtrack and the music. So folks, music is everywhere. So the question is, where do you experience music in your everyday life? So take a minute and think, where do you experience music in your everyday life? Music can really help us process our emotions that are tied to life events and life experiences. And with those life events and life experiences come emotions. And those emotions can be happy, sad, angry, anywhere in between. So music can really help those emotions come to the surface. And then we're able to process and heal those emotions that are linked to your life experiences and life events. Music can be very, very powerful. So I know the chat is disabled, but where do you experience music in your daily life? So now we're going to touch on a little bit of using music in therapy and the history of how it kind of came about. So music has been a means of communication, expression, and healing for centuries and centuries in many, many cultures. So many studies have shown that using music is a valuable therapeutic tool, and that music is deeply rooted and connected to brain activity. So these ideas and studies of how music is deeply rooted to brain activity go back for centuries. So using music as a healing tool has been around for a very long time. So in 1820, music was purposely introduced into psychiatry practices in Vienna. So that was one of the first times that it was integrated into therapy practices. During the First and Second World War, there was a substantial boost in awareness around music and healing. So when the musicians came in to the hospitals to help the soldiers, everyone, including the nurses, doctors, staff, were so incredibly deeply affected by the healing properties that music was creating for everybody in the room. So using music as a therapeutic tool goes back a long, long way. Oh, you can't see me. Let me move this here. All right. So let's have a look at the benefits of using music in therapy. It's a long list, but there's lots of wonderful, wonderful benefits. So first of all, music helps us to release and explore our thoughts and emotions non-verbally. And that's one of the biggest pieces of music, that using music in therapy is that anybody can use it because you can express yourself non-verbally. Music can help clients who have experienced trauma. That can be helpful in all stages of trauma recovery. And music can play a very important role in healing during the third stage of reconnection and integration of the trauma recovery process. Music increases our overall well-being by raising the resonance in our bodies, shifting the energy in our bodies, and really feeling that vibration in our bodies. Music can bring that all up. So for example, when we hum, so I'll do a little example. So when I'm humming, I feel the energy in my cheeks, my cheekbones, in my lips, in my throat. I feel there's a shift in my energy, in my throat, my body when I hum. Like a very simple act. So if you folks want to join in, I know sometimes it can feel a little strange at first, but bear with us. So I want you, first of all, to take a nice big diaphragmatic breath. So take a minute. You can give yourself a little jaw massage to relax that jaw. So feel a relaxation in your jaw. Notice your throat. Notice how it feels. Notice your tongue. So I want you to put the tip of your tongue behind the bottom of your teeth and rest your tongue on the bottom of your mouth. So that gives us lots of space in our mouth for the breath to come in. So we feel nice and relaxed. Tongue is relaxed on the bottom of our mouth. So I want you to feel that breath. When you breathe in, feel that breath coming into your lungs, expanding your rib cage. Feel how deep it's going into your body, that deep diaphragmatic breath. So let's take a breath together. And when we inhale, do a nice exhale and feel the shift in our body with that breath. Let's take another big breath in and do a little hum. does that feel? You can write it down, and I know the chat, you can't express it to me now, but how is that feeling? How does the humming? You can hum any of your favorite songs, like, what do you notice in your body when you hum and when you take that breath? So that's something to think about, and how it shifts in how your energy shifts in your body when we hum. So music also increases our self-worth and boosts our confidence because it's something we enjoy doing. We love listening or playing or composing. Music can really help in grief and loss. So bringing back memories and processing those memories that are associated with grief and loss can be very powerful. And when I speak of loss, it can be a loss of relationship, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a pet, it can be a loss of a relationship to yourself. It can be a loss of a job. So grief is very broad. So using music to help process that grief and loss can be very, very powerful and healing. Yeah. So music also helps us to open ourselves up to new emotions. So maybe we've stuffed down our emotions for quite a while, and listening, playing, composing music can help those emotions come to the surface. And then when they're at the surface, we're able to better process them. So the list of benefits continues. So using music in therapy is very helpful and increases our coping skills and our emotional development. And it helps in managing our daily lives. It decreases symptoms of anxiety, depression and stress, and it can boost our moods. As I mentioned earlier, music can help us connect with ourselves, help us connect, help us feel deeper. Music is also beneficial in treatment of substance use disorder and is helpful for us to focus on our everyday tasks. And we all love a little bit of help focusing sometimes, right? So, and with that focus, we are able to better heal, better do our exercises, and engage in more growth. How is everybody feeling? So feel free to get up, go to the bathroom, have a snack, get a drink, feel free to move around. And movement and music are a really fabulous combo as well. So yes, take a minute if you need it. All right. So the big question, who benefits from using music in therapy? It's everyone. Let me move myself over here. Everyone benefits from using music in therapy. Music is a universal healing tool. Clients of all ages, races, cultures, identities, sexualities, abilities, everyone benefits from using music in therapy. It's especially useful for clients who have speech and language challenges to help them express their emotions non-verbally, as I mentioned earlier in this presentation. Many studies have shown that clients with dementia have positive outcomes with using music and therapy because it engages brain activity, it brings up memories, and it really stimulates brain activity in their minds. And it's really beautiful to see the happiness and the beautiful memories that come up from some of the songs that they used to sing and dance to. So that there's many studies about how useful dementia is, music is for folks with dementia. As I mentioned earlier, clients who have experienced trauma may find music very useful during all the stages of trauma recovery. So clients might find music helpful in soothing their nervous system and regulating their emotions. Music can be a safe, non-threatening medium for clients to express their emotions and regain a sense of self, which is so important in trauma recovery, and also to boost their self-esteem. Clients who experience developmental issues, substance use, addiction, clients who have brain injuries, or who are visually impaired, all benefit from music's healing properties. So really, everyone does benefit. Music is so versatile. It's a versatile therapeutic modality. Music can be used in conjunction with other therapies. It can be used over the phone, in person, virtually, as we're doing right now. It can be used anywhere. It can be used in individual sessions, families, with couples. It's great in group sessions. And best of all humans can use music in their therapy sessions. It's accessible for all clients of all cultures, all abilities, all populations. Music can be used anytime, anywhere. Okay, so how can you experience music's healing power? Oh, let me just move myself. Oh, geez. Let me just move myself over here. All right. So we are, where should we put my, okay. Here we go. We are incredibly fortunate here in Nova Scotia to have incredible talent and a spectacular choice of music. We have an abundance of music and sound here in Nova Scotia. So here are some ideas of how you might want to connect with music in your community. And this can help you take yourself to a deeper level of understanding yourself, understanding your connection with music, yeah, and really go deeper into learning more about yourself. So at the end, I'll put my email is there. So if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to, if you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Or if you're looking to find some resources in your community, I am more than happy to help you find some of those resources and help you connect. So joining a choir or a band, participating in a drum circle or percussion groups can be magical. You have that community. You're all there for the same purpose. You're all there to share music, to share rhythm, to share sound. And that community is so healing. So you can also sing in the shower. We all sound good in the shower. There's great acoustics in our bathrooms. You can attend a sound healing session. So it's the sound healing with the bowls. Oh my gosh, it's so magical. Those sessions are absolutely gorgeous. Definitely worth a try if you haven't gone. It's really beautiful. Go dancing or go to McKaylee. Music and movement are a fabulous combo. So if you wanted to try your hand at composing music, also a great way to connect to yourself and connect at a deeper level. Uh, Take a music lesson. Maybe when you were younger or in a different part of your life, you took voice lessons or piano lessons, guitar lessons. Maybe now's the time to pick that back up. And again, if you want some connections, I can help you with that as well. Yeah, so think about that. Maybe now's the time. Maybe I'll get back into music lessons. As I mentioned earlier, we are so grateful to have an abundance of music here in Nova Scotia. So there's lots of live music, lots of theater performances. Um, so the Nova Scotia Choral Federation is a fabulous resource. And they have a wonderful lineup of musical offerings throughout the year. So if you're interested in joining a choir or going to see some choir performances, the Nova Scotia Choral Federation is a great contact. Symphony Nova Scotia has free sessions. So they have family sessions, library sessions, series for seniors as well. And they also have an under 30, it's like a reduced rate, under 30 tickets for regular symphony performances. So that's something to check out. We have so many music venues, the Casino, the Carlton, Neptune, and all throughout the province in every community. There are lots of opportunities. So Nova Scotia Samba is a great percussion band. It is here in the city, and that's fun. That'd be fun to take part in. You can actually look online at Eventbrite, the website Eventbrite, and they have a really great list of resources, and they also have free events. So you can check that out too. So I just wanted to check in with everybody again. How is everyone doing? Great. Okay, so next we have is our, I put me over here. Activity time. We are going to do a little activity. So take a moment and you can collect pencils, crayons, markers, colored pencils, paint, and get some paper or canvas or whatever you'd like to do. And we're going to listen and watch Yo-Yo Ma play Bach's Cello Suite Number 1 in G major. And there's a video that goes along with this as well. So when you're listening and watching this video, I want you to notice what's coming up for you. What kind of emotions are coming up? What thoughts are coming up? And put those thoughts and emotions down on paper. What other feelings? And notice what's happening in your body. So what's my heart doing while I'm listening to this? How does my tummy feel? Am I feeling relaxed in my throat or neck? So notice also what's happening in your body. So I'll give you a minute or two to get some paper and some creative tools. So take a minute there. Just give you another minute or two. I know I can't see anyone or hear anyone, but is everybody ready? I don't want to rush you either, so maybe we'll wait one more minute. Okay, so let's watch and listen to this gorgeous piece of music. What came up for everyone? For me, and again, I know I can't share, but this piece of music is so lush and so absolutely gorgeous. So for me, what came up as I was listening, there is a lot of joy when I listen to this piece and when I see, and it's a perfect example of all the different modalities that music and dance and being creative, of everything that we can do um, to help ourselves feel better and spark joy in our lives and feel good about ourselves through music and movement. I feel peaceful when I listen to this. And I also, there's excitement in that beautiful lushness of Yo-Yo Ma's playing as well. Yeah, it's a really gorgeous piece. And yeah, lots of feelings, lots of emotions. Absolutely. So yeah, take a minute and yeah, notice how your body's feeling right now. How's your body feeling after listening to it? How's your heart? Yeah, such a beautiful piece. Oh, and I wanted to mention in that previous slide about different resources. So Renee Fleming, who is one of the highest paid sopranos in the world, she just published a book. Well, she's the editor of the book, and it's called Music and Mind: Harnessing the Arts for Health and Wellness. So it's brilliant. It's a great book talking about how important the arts are to healing and how arts and music are so deeply connected to our mind and brain function. Um, I have a picture of the book here. Let me see if I can find it. So it's definitely worth checking out. I don't know if you can see that. You can screenshot that. So it's Music and Mind, edited by Renee Fleming, and it's Francis S. Collins, who's also, I think he did the foreword for it. So yeah, you can check that out as well for another resource. All right, folks. So we are coming up to the end of this webinar, but before we end, I want to ask you a few self-reflection questions. So when you have a moment, and you can screenshot these questions, or I can send them to you, whatever feels good for you. What does music mean to you? What does music mean to you? And so the second question is, what emotions come up when you listen to your favorite song, or maybe you have favorites? What emotions come up when you hear your favorite song? And the third question is, how might you bring more music into your life? How would you bring more music into your life? And what would that look like? Okay, so we are just at the end of this webinar. So this is my contact information. So again, as I mentioned earlier, if you would like some information about music in your community, or how you can be a part of different groups, send me an email. I'd be more than happy to find a list and compile a list for you. Of course, if you have any questions at all related to music and therapy, or music and the brain, I'm happy to answer any and all of those questions. So this is my email, tracy.reynolds@atclinic.ca. And this is the phone number for the clinic. So 902-412-1557. So I do free 15-minute consultations. So you're more than welcome to book in. We can have a little chat, but do feel free to reach out anytime. I'd be more than happy to connect with you. So thank you so much, everyone. How's everyone feeling tonight? The end of this webinar. I'm beyond grateful that you could all join me tonight. I really, really appreciate the support, and I appreciate the interest. So again, thank you very, very much. And I hope you all have a really beautiful evening. Okay, thank you, folks. Take care, and we will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.